That one was for you, the Westboro Baptist Church. Thanks for sticking around so long.
3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 3-Hit Combo Podcast. My name is Matt. I'm here with Skyler and Tam.
And we're all holding hands.
I was wondering what you were going for there.
Yep, we linked hands to get in sort of an auditory harmony with our hearts.
The right heart space.
At first, I thought you wanted something. I was like, what do I have to hand him?
Your love.
That's eventually what it was. It was my love. My love for Skyler.
It was love the whole time.
The love was the friendships we made along the way.
There you go. That's a series wrap, guys.
Yes.
The key was love the whole time. Hope everyone kept along with our ARG. Yeah, that's a wrap.
All right, everyone go home.
ARG.
Augmented reality game.
Perfect.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Like,
I knew game was the last one.
Yeah, like Pokemon Go, or like those weird cards you get with 3DSs.
ASRIM game.
ASRIM game?
Yeah. That's what
Just
it
gotta
stands for.
Stick your tongue in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the high score.
Oh, you're not quite there yet.
Somebody has a soundboard that just plays a sonic ring sound over and over.
Soundboard? Did you say soundboard? Because, by the way, for the first time in a while, I have added new sounds to the soundboard.
Oh, really?
I have our bad joke sound now. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Classic.
And there's another one, but it's a surprise for later.
Yay.
Hopefully, it becomes relevant, and it's not just hammered in at the end of the episode.
It's actually very relevant. There's a perfect spot for it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I've got this planned out.
Oh, yeah?
I wrote the entire script for this podcast last night.
Around the premise that this bit would be on the soundboard.
Which is crazy because I didn't give you guys scripts, so I'm really like trying to dungeon master this and try and force you guys into it.
Well, the good news is I go off script all the time anyways. So
Yeah.
I'm one of those free balling actors that just takes and becomes the character. So I don't need your script because I know what the character's already thinking. So maybe I replace a the with a the. Maybe I do that.
I like the premise
or
that
12 with a 13.
Yeah. An Alabama dozen.
I like the premise that like theoretically we wrote our characters. Why would I write me to be this?
You think I'd pick the name Tamron?
Also, who did I have to blow to get back on the show, right?
Well, we did a bunch of field testing and saw that you were high with the ratings. And when they brought in that new character, what's this fuck? Just like the show just wasn't the same. But they had a contract deal, so they couldn't stop with the new guy. But they had to get Skyler out of the Navy somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then that's when it became Prison Break 2, Navy Edition.
Navy edition.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Our test audiences were really missing they didn't think the podcast had enough beard.
Yeah.
Especially after I shaved mine. Now, it was never quite yours, but after I shaved mine, then we had zero.
Yeah. And I came into this with a beard, too.
Yeah, he came right on in. Beard pre-installed.
No DLC required. No microtransactions here. You get the beard right from the get-go.
Could you imagine a podcast with microtransactions? To hear this joke, 99 cents. Send it to our PayPal.
Hope you subscribe to Patreon for that joke.
If we had a Patreon, what would we even do?
Record a lot more. You'd have to record a lot more.
We could have like an Andy vlog every Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, put it behind that $2 paywall, dude.
But we wouldn't tell him. We would just ambush him with a camera and never let loose the secret that he's part of this.
Yeah, we're not gonna fucking pay him. We gotta split it 3 ways, not 4.
Hey Andy, what are you doing with your life? What's happening right now? Tell me.
I think I moved. This is my address.
What are you guys doing? What's happening? That'd
Or
be
we
more-
just bug his new house.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like Big Brother, but
Yeah.
like actual like Big Brother.
Big Brother mixed with the Truman Show.
Oh man, we should have gotten to the house before they started moving in.
I mean, we could still make it happen.
Maybe.
I can distract them.
Okay.
Get him with the old razzle dazzle.
Yeah, I'll just throw their cat out of the house and be like, "Hey, your cat's gone. I don't know what happened.
I just imagine that
Go
like
find it."
just imagine that like Tam shows up to their front door, knocks on the door, they open it up, and they're like, Tam? And then he just starts tap dancing. While Skylar and I are sneaking in the back. Like I'm boosting him over a fence.
We're for some reason we're both in one really long trench coat, but it doesn't make any sense because no one's looking at us.
I thought I was gonna have to sneak past a movie security guard.
There's a 12-foot tall human being in the back installing cameras.
Have you seen that? What's his name? It's something Andre, right?
Andre the Giant?
No, not that guy. I would have known.
Eric
that.
Andre?
Yes, Eric Andre. He went to a car ship dealership dressed as two people, and the guy wouldn't sell them. He's like, I don't appreciate you stereotyping me like this.
Oh, that's good stuff. Tam, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you. I just only give out my Pokemon friend codes in person.
I see. He knew.
I knew. I thought about it as soon as I showed up.
You only give them out in person, huh?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it makes this bit funny. Fuck you.
Yeah, you shared it on Facebook. But
Did
like
I?
the secret Facebook that Matt's not a part of.
Right.
Oh, crap.
3-hit combo deluxe edition.
The matless Facebook.
The Patreon page
The
for
Patreon
300.
page for 3-hit combo.
That's where you can get Tam's friend code.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because I'm loaded with gifts right
I
now.
almost did a real mean thing and just pimp my own Patreon. Hey, you want to go to the 3-hit combo Patreon? Go to this one.
These suckers don't have one yet.
Yeah, but I do.
If you want to learn about 3-hit combo and UFS,
Yeah.
go to...
Out. No.
See, this is why we brought Skylar back.
I can
I'm not
wrangle.
trying to pimp my side hustle on the podcast.
You were getting a little big.
Skunkworks fucking podcast.
You were getting a little big for your britches. We had to remind you where you came from.
Trying to infest our I almost said readership. Our listeners with your Skunkworks podcast. Why can't I talk, man?
That's okay.
We're screwed. See, this is why we still have Tam.
Yeah.
We all
Because he
have
can talk good.
Because Tam can talk.
we all have a timing of like how much we're allowed to speak. I don't even know where to fucking find my friend thing. Is it add friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. Fuck. I don't give a shit, Evie.
So
August Communist Day.
What?
It's
Community
Community
Day. I have a buttload of gifts because I went around and I got mine's loading. So give me a second.
Oh, okay.
I went around and got really lucky. I just kept driving around. Like I would drive to a Pokestop and then I'm like, oh, well, there's one a little bit further, and then I'd go to that one. I was like, oh, but there's another one over there. And so now like I'm loaded with gifts, and so now I gotta just get.
They're pronounced GIFs.
gifts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Slugma.
I have to empty out my bag.
Oh my
to
god.
receive more gifts.
Oh, it's such a pain in the ass. I'm waiting to get another bag upgrade, but I gotta get my Pokemon bag from a gym.
nice.
I have that one.
So how are your guys' week?
Is this for me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty good.
were we not friends already on Pokemon Go?
No.
Is that because my phone died at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah.
You send a friend request to Tamron. That's not even a real name.
Yeah, I know. I have to keep it up for the podcast.
I'm friends with your sister and her husband.
That's a weird thing to say. Don't say that to me anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, never say it again. My week was good. I got a random $300 check, so that was pretty sweet.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Did my grandma die?
Payroll error in my favor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a fucking Monopoly card. You pulled a Monopoly
I
card?
did
and
pull a
actually
Monopoly card.
$300?
I pulled a Monopoly card yesterday.
You landed on Community Chest. Congratulations.
Actually, I think it's bank error in Monopoly, but, you know, not to be the joke killer.
No, it's okay. I forgive you.
Um,
Yours was funnier anyways.
what was funny is like
My week was good. Thanks for asking.
I had
We
a
didn't.
story.
Okay, go.
No, we just weren't there yet.
Yesterday I was just bumming around. Like I was just like laying around watching stupid videos all day. Just nothing special.
Love those days.
Yeah. So
Looking at Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat.
sure.
Or Johnny Quest
From
the
Mortal
show
Kombat?
Johnny Quest.
Absolutely, yes.
From Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And so like it gets to be like 6 in the evening. I'm like, I haven't eaten in like 18 hours, so I'm gonna go eat something. Come around the corner, fucking enchiladas right there, right in the kitchen. My favorite.
Just in the hallway.
Yeah. No.
They were just under this box propped up by a stick. It was crazy.
Edging towards me.
What's weird is I saw a rabbit in female's clothing too.
There was a big boulder above the box, but I'm sure that was unrelated.
Anyway, so I see these enchiladas. I'm like, this day is great. How could this day get any better? And then I get a check for $300.
Nice.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. And then I went around. I walked around and played Pokemon Go. And then the washing machine broke-ish. So
And you had to
it
pay-
took a downturn.
And it cost $300.
It won't run on hot. I don't know why. It'll run on warm.
Nah, I never washed anything on hot anyway.
I was going to wash my, I'm cleaning my keyboard, not going to wash my keyboard, but I have a mouse mat, that's fabric that I was going to wash. And I was like, I better wash it on hot because I was fucking eat at my computer like a dumbass.
Get that ingrained dust
Yeah.
of food.
Get the oil off my fucking mouse mat.
I understand, and I appreciate the fact that you understand that you're being dumbass for eating at your keyboard. But don't sit here and lie to the good people that you're going to stop eating at your keyboard. Obviously, you're going to.
Did I say I was going to stop? Because I don't think I'm going to stop.
It was the most heavily implied.
Was it implied?
It was so implied. It was like, oh man,
You know what?
old Matt used to eat at his keyboard. What a dumbass.
New Matt's going to do that too.
Well, because I only exist in like 2 rooms. This room and my bedroom. So, I mean, I got to eat in one of them.
I'm surprised that they put up the enchilada chat in not one of those 2 rooms then.
Yeah, it's true. It was one of those rare times where I ventured into the other part of the house. What usually happens is if I deep clean my keyboard, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and stop eating at my keyboard. And that lasts about 20 hours. Next thing you know, I'm over here with crackers, like,
getting deep in the paint with crackers.
I can just imagine like you taking the keyboard and putting it on your mouth like a napkin. Skyler, bring the opening segment home with the amazing events that have happened over the past 7 days that are your week. If it's not as good as being potentially trapped by Elmer Fudd, getting a check for $13,000 and using a keyboard as a napkin, well, then you've disappointed us all.
Got it. My week was pretty good.
I got a check for $13,001.
No, I had to hang out with my my wife's friends yesterday. And,
well, that sucks.
Well, what sucks about it is like my wife and her friends are all friends, but their significant others, we're in like this weird group that's mashed together, and we form an amalgam of people that don't really get along or have common interests. So that's always fun.
Who was that guy that was also an usher with us at your wedding?
That was my sister-in-law's boyfriend.
Are they still together?
Yes.
He was cool.
Yeah. He was cool. Still is.
Fucker made me dance.
Yeah.
He actually physically pulled me out of my seat.
Yeah, he was doing the whip and nay with a bunch of the kids to keep them from ripping apart the very nice place that we had a reception.
Yeah, that was a very nice place.
But yeah, I had to hang out with all these people. I think they anticipated that we would all get along and converse, but that didn't really happen.
Kind of just sitting around like, hey,
Yeah.
hi.
What's up? You watched the latest whatever sports ball game? No, I didn't. Not that into sports. Oh, cool.
You thirsty? You want a brewski?
I don't drink.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of real short monosyllabic fucking conversation pieces. It was
That
pretty
means
awesome.
one syllable, Tam.
Thank you. I was the smoke was coming out of my ears. We were grinding the gears. We were trying to get there.
I saw him look ahead.
Yeah, it just sucked so hard because like none of them are like super into video games or any of the nerdy shit I'm into.
You should have brought out like a bunch of dice. Like, you guys want to make a D&D character?
You guys want to roll up a quick one-shot campaign? It'll be fun.
Who wants to be the dwarf?
It might be fun. I'm going to be completely honest. It's about 30 to 25% chance of being fun. I'm going to have fun. All right. Yeah, that was my week, though. And that all happened yesterday.
It was all spectacular. It was enthralling.
Yeah.
I've been captured by the tendrils of Skyler's week.
The ultra ball of weeks, if you will,
Yes, absolutely.
has trapped Tam inside.
It wiggled
I'm
3
shaking.
times.
I'm shaking. Dang.
There you go. The red light's gone off. Got him!
Boy,
Got picked up on all 3 mics.
you at least clipped one of them.
Yes.
All right. Did we even talk about Tam's week?
No.
What happened, Tam?
My week's
happened
been
to you, huh?
my week's been fairly simple. I made a new deck in this UFS game that I play, and I'm in love with it. And I haven't even seen like all of the support. I think I'm gonna play it for nationals, but that's not very fun or funny for this comedy video game podcast.
Oh, so didn't have that great of explanation for your week, huh, tough guy?
No, but I didn't demand to interrupt Matt while he was telling the story to tell my week.
You didn't have an enchilada cash week.
Nah,
I didn't. I had an enchilada cash day. That was
Nice.
one day.
Fuck.
Fuck enchilada cash even.
How does it feel to peak?
You know, I thought it's crazy because I thought I peaked in high school, but then it turns out I peaked yesterday, and I just didn't know. It's like you had another peak that you didn't know you had.
Life's silly like that.
It is.
I feel like that was one peak, and now that's the summit. You've peaked beyond the peak.
It's like I'm in a new. It's a new mountain.
Yeah.
Like if my first peak was Dragon Ball, I'm currently in Dragon Ball Z, and then the valley will be Dragon Ball GT, and then another peak Dragon Ball Super. Brought it home.
There have been a lot of people who are saying GT was not that bad.
Those people are wrong.
I never watched GT because it's that bad.
People who like GT are wrong, and they're probably ugly.
I would like you to compare the GT fandom for the animation by Akira Toriyama to the Westboro Baptist Church. Which one do you think are worse? I need you to be unbelievably honest. I need you to be spit the knowledge on the good people out there.
Well, I just feel like GT fans have they usually have a very heavy brow, and they speak in grunts. But I still think the Westboro Baptist Church is worse.
Oh, okay.
If you're a GT fan, I'm just joking. Don't turn off the podcast, please.
If you're a Westboro Baptist Church,
You can turn off the podcast.
keep it on. You might learn something.
Yeah.
Stick around. Might have some fun. About 25 to 30% chance of fun.
Speaking of fun, let's get into gaming news before we hit 20 minutes on this opening segment.
Game delays, DLC, and more.
Andy?
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
This
Where are you, Andy? Where are you, Andy? He's in the walls.
He got written out this season. He'll be back the next season, though.
Yeah.
He had a contract to do a movie somewhere.
Yeah, New Zealand.
He did have a contract to do a move. A modder finds and fixes a typo in Aliens Colonial Marines that caused bad xenomorph AI. So it turns out Aliens Colonial Marines was a steaming pile of crap. Specifically because the xenomorph AI was so terrible. Turns out the reason they were terrible? Typo. Typo in the code.
So, some fan's gonna go out and fix it,
Some fan did fix it.
and it's a fucking sick ass game now.
Apparently it runs way better.
What was the issue with their AI? Do you know, like, what behavioral characteristics that manifested from that?
I remember aliens walking into walls.
Okay.
Like, you would be right fucking there, and the alien would just walk into a wall opposite of you. And you're just like, okay, well, there's no drama here because you're not going to kill me because you're
an idiot
stuck in a wall.
Maybe it's just commentary on the social aspect of we are the monsters, and they were afraid of us.
They're just as afraid as you are them.
But now it got fixed.
So
fuck those monsters.
It turns out... By the way, this game came out in fucking 2013. So this game was that bad since 2013 for one typo.
Nice.
Does GameCode not have spell check?
I guess not. I don't know. But it was a code. Apparently, it's kind of like attaching the alien to you, I believe, basically keeping it on like your trail, which, as we know by walking into walls, it's clearly not on your trail. It said attach pawn to tether, but they spelled it with TEATHER. The modder went in, deleted the A, and now the alien works much better.
There you go.
It's an impossible game. Like, it's the hardest game that's ever existed.
I'm just looking for the super gritty, realistic reboot, and hopefully the smoothing over of Chex Quest. I don't know if anyone's in on that one.
Do you think there'll be xenomorphs that are trying to rip the... I'm trying to make a milk joke. Is there a milk joke here?
Suck the calcium from your bones?
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. Yeah, they will, but instead of being like creepy xenomorph monsters, they'll be Chex monsters.
Yeah.
So there's actually a better explanation to hear what it did. When a xenomorph is spawned, it is attached to a zone tether. This zone tells the xeno what area it is fighting in and what its different exits are. In combat, a xenomorph will be forced to switch to a new tether, such as one behind you, so as to flank or disperse so they aren't so grouped up.
That makes sense.
So basically it's like a blind man going into a building he's never been in before without a stick.
Right, and they fixed it to an alien xenomorph.
Yeah. With zones and tethers.
Right.
On this episode of Death Battle.
A one blind man versus an entire spaceship of xenomorphs. Splatoon 2 players hacked the leaderboard to tell Nintendo to stop hackers. They hacked the leaderboard so that the top 4 players were please add anti-cheat.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So I assume like the scores beneath it are all like hacked scores as well.
Yeah, they're hacked scores. Basically showing them like, this is a problem. Look, I'm the problem.
Yeah. I'm contributing.
I'm explaining to you the problem by being the problem.
Yeah.
It's going to be an issue whenever Cheat jumps up to second place, though.
Yeah.
Please cheat, add anti.
Yeah, it's gonna really mess it up.
Yeah, those guys.
Cheat's playing hardball.
Yeah. Sick of being the less of the pack. Wants to be the leader.
Cheat, please.
Yeah. Real Green Ranger.
Anti-ad. Cheat, please, anti-ad. It's a different message completely. The Pokemon Go released a picture recently saying, hey, our 2-year anniversary is coming up. The Gen 4 starters were featured in said picture, so it looks like Gen 4 is closer than we might think.
Ooh.
You guys excited for Gen 4?
I'm so excited.
I'm about as excited as I was a little bit ago.
But
I am having a real tough time filling up any of my Pokedex at all.
it's true. Man,
If you guys need plus one mining, goddamn, you can't swing a dead cat around your head without hitting one.
why does it have to be a cat? Why can't I choose a stick?
Because real monsters and animals fucking suck. Give me those fantasy monsters and animals.
I was walking through a park yesterday, and it was just full of fucking crows. I was like, God damn it, I just wish I could release my Vaporeon and kill all these fucking crows. Maybe not kill. I don't want to kill a bunch of crows.
Pokemon can't kill each other. They only KO.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, Kabutops can. It can drain the fluids from the body. It's a Pokedex entry.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Did you know Spoink needs to keep bouncing to keep his heart pumping?
Oh, God.
This week on 3 Combo, creepy Pokemon facts. Also, if Pokemon can't die, what's going on in Lavender Town? The tower with the Pokemon graves. Bam.
They died of old age.
Every one of them. None of them got sick.
No. Well, no.
What about the poachers that killed Cubone's mom?
Yeah, that are apparently killing lots of Cubone's moms.
They only...
Because all of them are wearing their mom's skull.
Yeah.
That's I think that Cubone mothers die in childbirth. Therefore, the Cubone baby can feast off the mother, therefore giving it vital nutrients in an early stage of life.
Yeah, like an octopus.
I think my favorite Pokemon's Butterfree, and we should stop this conversation.
I got a question.
Go on.
And feel free, because this has always kind of bothered me.
I always feel free.
I'm an American.
Feel free to move on if it's not a relevant question.
Okay.
But when a Pokemon dies, does it become a ghost Pokemon? Like, are all Ghastlies at one point like a Weedle, or are they just manifested as Ghastlies?
I'm gonna guess no, they don't become Ghastlies, or else we'd have a lot of Ghastlies. If you think about it. I mean, every Pokemon that dies.
If that's true, what happens whenever I I hatch a Ghastly out of an egg?
There you go.
Stillborn.
That's not the word I wanted you to say. I didn't like that word.
Okay, and then follow-up question. Boos from Mario. Same question.
No, those are confirmed. Those are Marios that have died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they're just like, if I can possess his body, I can get back and I can go bone the princess. I can go hang out with my friend Toad.
I can get the cake.
I can go karting with Bowser. I can talk to my weird, creepy uncle Wario.
Uncle?
No, but that would make the story way more dynamic, huh?
Yeah.
Get me writing for Nintendo.
Guys, starting tomorrow, there will be only one blockbuster remaining.
There's one holding out. Let's make a documentary.
Is it Hawaii?
It's in Bend, Oregon. 2 of them are closing today, as of this recording in Alaska.
I knew there was 1 or 2 up in Alaska.
Those are no more starting tomorrow.
They're at 0 in Alaska now.
Damn it.
Hey, you guys want to get some cheap DVDs? We can make a trip.
To Bend, Oregon?
I was talking to Alaska. They're having a going out sale.
I'm sure by the time we reach Oregon, it'll be done.
I kind of wish that any Blockbuster that, died funneled its DVDs and resources to another Blockbuster. So then it just keeps snowballing until there's, a building that's just
one mega Blockbuster.
Yeah. Fucking...
It takes up the whole block. It's a Blockbuster.
Bam. Yeah, and it's just, fucking nuts to butts, DVDs, wall to wall, ceiling to floor, chop full.
It's made out of DVD cases. That was the building material.
That's what I want.
Blockbuster follows the Highlander rule of every time that you kill a Blockbuster, every other Blockbuster gets stronger.
Yeah. It's harder to kill.
Yeah.
So I think this Blockbuster should be lasting until... I'm going to call it now March of next year.
March of next year. That's
I think this Blockbuster is becoming the final boss of Netflix. Like, Netflix has to come in and, it's powered up. It's got some Netflix original specials, and it has to come in and kill this last Blockbuster.
Yeah, it's fueled by the blood of its fallen brothers.
Yeah. It's like, you killed Napster. You killed my brother.
What do you guys think about Hammond in Overwatch? Have you guys seen him yet?
I have.
Is this the hamster?
This is the hamster.
I watched Aaron Hansen from the Game Grumps play with him, and he looks fine.
He looks... first of all, I don't like that they call him Wrecking Ball. On the character list, he's Wrecking Ball. It's like, you've been talking about Hammond in, lore for a year now. Just call him Hammond.
Yeah, also it's not Mecha, it's Diva.
Right, exactly. I thought the same thing.
Mecha is the mech suit that Diva, the Korean girl, drives, and they don't refer to it as the. They don't refer to that character as the suit that she operates.
So I think he looks interesting. Really changes the game.
Yeah, they really kind of.
That minefield is ridiculous.
I feel like they just kind of really focused on mobility now with this hero.
Yeah,
you're going to be seeing a lot more mobile heroes, Pharah, Mercy, Tracer, Lucio type of shit.
Is he going to fit into the dive meta?
Probably, yeah.
Is he going to be a dive comp pick?
The way I look at him is he's a lot like Winston, but just with unlimited jumps.
Yeah, and swinging around like a...
Monkey.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Or an ape.
Wrecking ball.
But I said monkey first, so I have to stick with it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, but... Like, what Winston has going for it is he can't be reflected and he can get through Diva's defense matrix. But doesn't have any range, and Hammond can bring that up. So, I mean, I think seeing 2 dive tanks, it's pretty feasible that Winston or Diva could be replaced by a Hammond on a lot of dive comps.
That's true.
Also, we can now see probably triple tank dive, which would be crazy.
That does sound crazy. Triple tank dive.
Yeah, but I don't want to fuck this hamster like I want to fuck Winston. Oh, turn it around. You thought I was gonna say Diva.
Isn't she like 13, 14?
No, but seriously, I want to come all over those fucking
she
monkey
is
glasses.
of age, I believe. I think she's like 18 or 19.
Okay.
She's technically actually, I don't know if that's true anymore because I don't know how old Hammond is. Hamster can't be that old. She was the second youngest character. Technically, Arisa is like 3 months old.
Oh, yeah.
But she's a robot.
Sort of like how Bender's from Futurama is only 5.
Yeah.
Refers to himself as a precocious little scamp.
Yeah. Overwatch League finds its home on ESPN and Disney XD.
That's very cool.
And ABC, actually.
I love esports.
Yeah, I'm super stoked that that's coming more into the mainstream.
The day one of the Overwatch League finals will be on ESPN.
Yeah, I remember they had some giant event with League of Legends.
Yeah, which drew more viewers than everything but NFL.
Yeah.
Like, it drew more viewers than the NBA Finals, drew more viewers than the World Series.
Yeah, and, like, I think what helps is, like, it's not so much regionally established teams. I mean, like, you'll have, like, you know, like the Dallas fucking Hot Shots or whatever the fuck.
Boy cows.
Yeah. I got it, yeah. I'm gonna move on without laughing. So, you have like these small teams from like various cities or whatever, like that's their names, but it's not so much rooted in like regional.
In region, it's
like, oh, it's the New York Yankees, and if you're anywhere from this area, you like the Yankees. Or
yeah,
it seems much more to be like an interstate and also international type of thing where you can root for like the Korean team or the other Korean team or those 3 other Korean teams and maybe the one American team.
The Korean team with London on their jerseys. And
yeah.
By the way, I want to mention that when we were talking about Wrecking Ball, I am really proud none of us made a Miley Cyrus reference.
I was screaming it in my head. I was screaming it in my head.
Tam was sweating so hard.
I was like, I gotta figure out how to fucking transition this joke now. Shit.
He had his keys and he was just digging them into his leg. It just,
Thou shalt not, Cyrus. Thou shalt not, Cyrus.
Epic Studios is changing how it distributes money to creators. So, from the outside looking in, Epic isn't really hurting for money because Fortnite has been the game of the week for a while now. Epic is actually changing its split so that the developers get more money than they previously did. Right now, the developer gets 88% of the transaction, and they get 12% through the store.
That's cool.
Previously, they got 30% instead of 12%.
Wow.
So all that is going actually back to the developers.
Wow. That's a very big jump. That's not a 5% jump.
And this is from the Unreal Marketplace, where developers can go buy pre-made digital assets, and then creators can create digital assets to be sold on said store.
Nice.
Are we gonna make an asset as a group?
Yeah, it's going to be a bush that looks like a foot.
It's a bushel of feet.
Right. Exactly.
Wait, so when you say bush, are we talking like a shrub or pubes?
I was talking shrub.
Okay, got it.
You know,
I was thinking it could be part of a foot fetish game.
It is not my job to tell the creator how he wants. If he'd like to shrink that shrub down and put it right above somebody's peen, he's more than welcome to.
All right.
I would have said they, but we all know girls can't make video games. That one was for you, the Westboro Baptist Church. Thanks for sticking around so long.
Callback. All right. This is the time in the podcast where I get to play that drop I was talking about. It's actually an oldie, but a goodie. Let's go into technology news, my friends.
No one cares, old man. It's time for technology news with 3-hit combo.
I lip synced that perfectly.
An Antarctic exploration vessel, which should be named Bodie McBoatface.
The Sir David Attenborough.
Yes, it has launched. So, Bodie McBoatface is out there in spirit, but that's not the name.
Oh, they didn't choose that name?
Nope.
No, they did name one of the exploratory probes Bodie in homage to that. But if you're gonna set something up that's based on just raw democracy, you got to stick with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Who did they pick?
What, for the name?
Yeah.
Sir David Attenborough.
Sir David Attenborough.
Okay.
He's a naturalist.
Thank you. That's more of what I wanted.
Yeah,
like I get that he's a person, but like, what has he done? What accomplishments does he have over Bodie McBoatface?
He's that guy that's like, and here we see the African tree frog in its natural habitat. Oh, the frog has a gun.
I need to hear more.
He's asking for my wallet. I'm gonna fucking get the hell out of here.
I'm gonna put it on the ground and back away.
If I was that guy, I would have just like politely declined. Like, no, I think you should name it the other thing that the good people wanted.
Were they good people?
Yeah.
It was pretty embarrassing for Britain.
Why?
Because they couldn't. There was like 3 like renowned figures on the the top list, and then it just got swept away by Bodie McBoatface.
Well, it's obvious who they wanted more. Like,
yeah, I mean, I agree. They should have stuck with it.
we should fucking go over there and revolutionize them. All right, we came over. If in America, we'd have Bodie McBoatface in a fucking heartbeat. But it's those limey bastards. They can't let anybody have fun. Hey, is limey an okay thing to say to call a British person?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, damn. I've already said it twice. And I'm positive I'll say it a third time before the podcast ends.
We're going to get like right up to the wrap up, and Tam's going to be like, wait, I forgot limey!
Have either of you guys used Venmo?
No, but I've heard about a bunch.
So,
Do
first
we
of
have a Venmo?
Patreon.com/Venmo.
No. Well, here's the thing about Venmo. It's like, it's supposed to make payments easier, and it's like, I believe it's owned by PayPal. It's like, why don't I just fucking use PayPal? Why I gotta Venmo this shit? Especially because people are begging for a cancel payment button, because a lot of people are sending money to the wrong people.
Oh, no.
That's why I don't use it. I just exchange cash.
For my skank weed.
Yep. For that dirty, dirty ditchweed.
So I may blow that thick, thick cotton.
Yeah.
So I imagine that would suck, just to send.
Anybody? Tam's laughing at his own
composing
jokes.
yourself over there, Tim?
I'm having a great podcast, guys. I'm fucking killing it.
You start talking about weed, and Tam just starts fucking losing it.
Yeah, man, it reminds me of back when I was 12 when I first took a hit of the devil's lettuce.
You smoked a left-handed cigarette?
Oh, man. It was magical, and I am surprised. Let me tell you the story how I got out of the Bermuda Triangle after having some of that sticky icky.
Oh, I thought you were going to go on.
Hey, we should talk about whatever you were talking about just now.
Oh, no, please go on.
Tell me about your experience smoking
think you had a
weed one
story.
time.
Here's your improv chops.
Okay, so let's talk about, first off,
You're at a dentist.
All right, so I was at a dentist, just high off my ass. I had just taken the laughing gas because they use laughing gas instead of knockout gas.
Okay.
In order to shine my teeth. Mm-hmm. Like Chip Skylark, and the receptionist, he was a cutie and was missing a couple teeth himself. I thought it was a little ironic that he didn't get that fixed, but he took me out back and was like, "Hey."
Snakes came out of his ears.
Snakes came out of his ears, and they were like,
That was the gas.
and they were like, "Hey, you trying to get high, my man?" And I was like, "Well, sir, I don't know what that is, but I will certainly give it a try." Jeez. And yeah, me and those snakes got fucking lit. Now I don't know how we got to Bermuda, but on a later podcast where I can make it up, I'll tell you how I got out of Bermuda.
Okay.
Matt, tell me more about Venmo.
You sit on that tease.
That's what we call a cliffhanger.
People have been sending money to the wrong people. It really sucks. Sometimes they get lucky and the person sends it back. Sometimes they don't get lucky.
I would assume most of the time they don't.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe. I know when I worked at PayPal, we would get a lot of calls where it's like, "Hey, I sent someone money, but I mistyped their email address. And so now it's just sitting there in the ether." Mm-hmm. And actually, weirdly, it's so stupid. The solution to that was just make that email address and put it on your PayPal, and it would show up.
That is stupid.
Yeah, I know. Like, okay, now go to Hotmail. All right, now misspell your name. Okay, now put that on your PayPal account, and boom, there's the money. It would be so much easier if it's like, oh, okay, let me cancel that and just try again.
Well, I'm sure. I wonder if there's something like cancellation fees via the bank, and so I wonder if like Venmo would straight up go out of business if everybody was like, "Hey, you owe us 1% of that because we attempted to make the transaction via the bank. Sorry, dude." And everybody was like, "Here's $1 million for the bank because we canceled it."
Maybe, but the way PayPal works is actually PayPal pays the person first and then comes back and takes it from your bank in 3 to 5 business days.
Oh, okay.
And they batch them out in 2 separate interactions at like 10 p.m. and 10 a.m. So theoretically, if someone noticed it right away and called, you should be able to cancel it because we hadn't asked the bank yet. It's a little insider knowledge there for you.
This is 3-Hit PayPal podcast.
This week's episode brought to you by PayPal.
Did you guys ever get in trouble at your school's computer lab?
No, I was a good boy who'd first smoked weed with a couple snakes outside of a dentist office.
Yes.
What'd you do?
All the time.
What was it? You specifically?
Yeah.
Because I never got in trouble, but I do have a story of someone else that did, and I was kind of a catalyst.
Did they go to whitehouse.com? That'll fuck you up. That'll get you fucked up. I'm just trying to learn about the presidents.
Not quite.
No, I kept going on game sites instead of whatever the fuck I was supposed to be doing, typing 30 words per minute, which, come on, who can't?
Yeah, I know, right?
Everyone in this room can.
So I would find game sites and then they would inevitably get blocked.
Yeah.
And then I would get to German game sites and Spanish game sites because, it's .en, it's juegos.en and juegos.com.
In 5th grade, a friend of mine was like, "Do you dare me to go to whitehouse.com?" I was like, "No, I'm scared of getting in trouble." And then for some reason that devolved into him going to sexymama.com, which did turn out, in fact, to be a porn site.
Nice.
And then we were like, he was laughing. I was like, "We're gonna die."
The black vans are circling the computer lab.
And then
Your teacher comes in and just fucking knuckle dusts you.
Yeah.
and then he left it up, and the teacher found it, and we got the whole class banned from the computer lab for like 5 weeks.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
also got in trouble freshman year of my computer class because I defaced my my teacher's website. So we were learning how to make websites with HTML, and for some reason this dude had a massive rager for Dave Matthews Band.
Okay.
He's just super into him.
Not where I thought you were going for that, but I'm more invested now.
So he had
Something I can relate to.
pretty much any example that he had was in Ray Dave Matthews Band. So I got onto it and I just like defaced it with various pictures that were not related to Dave Matthews Band, allegedly. And well, so I got in trouble, but it was as a class that we were punished. But yeah, so
That's lame. Fuck you.
yeah, I didn't own up to it. Fuck that.
I was a bystander for one where these kids printed like 600 pages, and all it said on it was "My name is," and it was another kid's name. And so as it printed, the teacher like bought it hook, line, and sinker, and she was like, "Chad, why are you doing this?" And he's like, "It's not me."
That's comedy gold. That's pretty.
And what
solid.
I remember is the teacher was a bitch about it because it literally was not him, and she found out, and instead of saying sorry, she's like, "I was just judging on past behavior." It's like, bitch, you were wrong.
Whoa. And then he just stands up and knuckle dusts her. Yeah.
This is the Wild West that fucking Matt grew up in. I remember Steve and I had the same. Steven, my twin brother, if you're newer to the podcast, he and I had the same computer class once, and we had this lady who had there was some issue with her throat where she couldn't speak very well. Okay. So like, yeah, so she had a mic and a PA system hooked up to the whole lab, so we could all hear her because the highest she could talk was like a whisper. And one time she forgot to turn off her microphone and went to the bathroom and just laid out some fucking snakes, man. It was fucking great. But then she also kicked me out of class because I printed 90 blank pages of paper. I just printed blank pages of paper. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Just put them back.
It didn't utilize any toner, but I got kicked out of class for that.
What a wholesome prank.
Yeah, right?
Now the paper is out of the tray.
Ha! Victory is mine.
On the last page, you should have had a second job say "got him."
I know I was a huge rebel my junior year of high school. Only seniors were allowed to leave the lunch area and go to the computer lab during lunch. But I would do it as a junior because nobody asked.
Nice.
You just walk in.
Well, that's all the information that I need. I've been wearing a wire this entire time.
Yeah.
Take him down, boys.
Bring in the choppers. Don't go easy on the knuckle dusting.
SexyMama.com. We got him.
Weak.
Hey, that was not me. I was just in the room.
All right.
Accomplice.
So Uber now runs real-time background checks on drivers. So basically, they're constantly running background checks. So if you get caught with a crime, they're going to know pretty quickly. That must be expensive.
Yeah, I could imagine. So, yeah. That's the one thing that's like always like kind of shaken my confidence about Uber or Lyft is you don't know who's actually driving you. I mean, I'm a pretty large grown man, so I don't have to care. But like my wife's not a large grown man.
Yeah.
So she is always like really wary of it, and then me by proxy. But Man, it sure is nice being giant.
I heard a tip one time, like if you think your Uber has shown up, you should be like, who are you here to pick up? And if they know your name, then...
Well, usually they're supposed to... I don't know. Anyone that I've had, they've been like, oh, hey, Uber for Matt? Or Uber for fucking Tam?
Yeah.
Chad.
I have never taken an Uber just
Then it's
because I have no reason to.
I've taken an Uber
Yeah.
once.
You've never taken an Uber from the next room to this one?
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes the hallway enchiladas and then back.
To the hallway enchilada trap? I mean, enchiladas under a box and a boulder?
You know, I kind of want to call an Uber and be like, I need to play Pokemon Go. Take me to the park.
Ooh.
They did that in Jacksonville, Florida.
Really?
Yeah, we went down. We got an Uber down to the beach bars, got shithoused, and then we got an Uber, and we just told him, "Hey, can you just drive us around, and we'll give you $20."
Nice.
Yeah, and he drove us around for like an hour and a half, and we gave him $20, and he let us drink beer in his car. Pretty solid.
Speaking of Pokemon
Thanks,
Go,
Chad.
again.
Solid joke.
One time, this was when Tam, Andy, and I went downtown to play Pokemon Go, and it was like fresh and new.
I super remember that.
That was fun. But we went to UNO on our way back, and we were driving around UNO. Well, of course, Andy's not going to play because he's driving. So I was double fisting Pokemon Go's on my phone and his. That was probably the most Pokemon Go for your buck right there. Double fisting 2 phones in the car.
Yeah, it's rough riding shotgun if somebody really wants to play Pokemon Go without actually playing it.
I had a couple friends last night, and my friend Chris Nixon's getting married, and
Gay.
yeah, fucking wow.
Kind of nerd gets married.
He was supposed to go to the strip club, but didn't want to, so he went out and played Pokemon Go. That was his bachelor party. They just got real drunk and went around and played Pokemon Go.
I hate that obligation. Like, I have never enjoyed going to the strip club, and I was glad that didn't happen for my bachelor party, but like...
That's what we did for Andy's, and I sold him the fuck out.
Oh yeah, because his babysitter was the stripper there.
Actually, that's a different story.
Oh wait, no, that was my 18th birthday.
That was Andy's one. I was not there. I was not there for that one. The babysitter.
Yeah, me neither, oddly enough.
For your 18th birthday?
Yep, I got forgotten. Do you not remember this?
That's
No.
so fucking funny.
Yeah,
They forgot to what? Pick you up?
Yeah, they were supposed to pick up me and Steven, and I was asleep, and Steven just left without me. And they fucking went off, and Steven came back with his whole story about Andy and his babysitter and all their other shit. And I'm like, cool. I sat at home and played Minecraft.
That's incredible.
Did
Yeah.
you draw boobs at least?
No, we went to the strip club for Andy's. Actually, I actually sold Andy out twice
Yeah.
that night. First was at the casino when he was like, "Hey, should I put $20 in this for one pull?" And everyone's like, "No," and I was like, "Do it!" And he lost $20 on one pull. That was the time I tried to tip a stripper with a 1-cent casino voucher. And then, so they have this thing that if it's someone's bachelor party, they spank you with your belt. Mm-hmm. And
Steven
so,
was telling me about that.
so
You might have gone to the same place that I didn't go to.
probably. So Andy got spanked a couple times, and he's like, "Screw this," and he put his belt in his pocket. And then a stripper comes over, and we're like, "It's his bachelor party," and she's like, "Does he have a belt?" And he's like, "No, I don't have a belt." And I'm like, "It's in his pocket." Got him. So his ass looked like ground beef the next day.
Perfect.
I don't like that visual. I'll be honest.
We showed it to you.
Yeah.
You saw.
I
it.
had repressed it.
That's when we told the story, and we were like, "Tam, remember the casino voucher?" And then we forgot to bring it up.
That's right. Maybe we should just go to the strip club, just me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 2 dudes.
Just
Two
hanging
dudes.
out.
Just hanging out.
We play UFS.
Yeah. Play fucking card games. Let's do it.
If we're talking about the same
Yeah.
establishment, it's weird that it's just like in a field.
I don't know. I've never been.
we should do the coat thing where we just both go just as one person.
It looks like a place you'd get axe murdered.
Is it the one that's like across the bridge?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one I haven't been to.
And it has it. You know what it does have though? It has sick ass lasers. When the music's playing, there's these lasers that are like fucking going across the room. It's awesome. Yeah, see, Tam's going right now.
I gotta get the fuck out of
See
here.
you clowns later.
There was also a stripper that looked like Camilla when we were there.
That's nope.
And Mitch was like, "It's Camilla," and we all looked over and we're like, "Oh shit!" And so we threw a bunch of money in front of Andy, so she'd come over. And then I don't think Camilla was too happy about that.
Oh yeah.
She was like, she asked me, I think the next day, she was like, "Did that stripper really look like me?" And I'm just like, "Well, I can't lie."
Nope.
It was funny. The one time I went to the strip club was very exciting. And then there's like a dude in the bathroom that just after you wash your hands, he just like hands you a paper towel and you're like expected to pay this man.
Well, he doesn't work there. He's trying to get that fucking side hustle, dude.
Yeah. He just showed up with a jar and a roll of paper towels.
Yeah, the last time I went to a strip club, we were there for approximately maybe 15 seconds.
Oh.
We rolled in, paid the cover. Then the bouncer decided to realize that the guy that we brought in with us was way too drunk after we paid the cover, and then we had to leave. We were asked politely to leave.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Yeah, that bring your own beer policy to the strip club seems like it could be like really easily abused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "No, I brought beer," and it's like fucking absinthe in a can.
Or just like bring a keg. Just like bring a whole keg.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
You guys can tap these, right?
Andy's birthday party one time, he got a keg, but he dropped it.
Oh, God.
And it was just foam all night.
An evening of foam and flat, warm beer.
Yeah.
Still a fun time.
Oh, it was a fun time. He had a bouncy house.
Yeah. I don't think I showed up for the bouncy house, but I showed up for the evening where we were all sitting around a fire drinking foam.
Yeah. Were you there for the time we found out that Pabst Blue Ribbon and Doritos do not mix?
Yes.
God, they were gross together.
If you didn't say the word beer in those sentences, it sounds like a 6-year-old party. Yeah, I didn't show up for the bouncy house, but I did show up just in time to drink some foam.
I showed up when Andy unwrapped his moon shoes.
Luckily for me, I had brought my Razor scooter.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably jog through news.
No, fuck that. We're having a good time. You boys got somewhere to be? Yeah. 2-hour podcast. 2-hour podcast. 2-hour podcast.
He just chants that for another hour.
2-hour podcast.
All right, let's hit up news.
All around the world, news crumbles for me. This is news on 3 hit combo.
Sound like I'm in a fishbowl.
There you go.
That's our band.
Fishbowl?
Sound like I'm in a fishbowl.
Sound like. A burglar turns out to be a rogue squirrel.
Knew it.
A woman in
I knew it the
London
whole time.
thought she heard something suspicious in her home, but it was not what she thought. The loud noises prompted the woman to phone the police and say she's being burgled. Turns out when they showed up, all they found was a, quote, rogue squirrel.
Bit of a headband and shit?
I assume.
A lockpicking kit?
Yeah, for sure.
Does extra backstab damage when it has advantage in combat?
Don't you fucking autoplay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Okay,
was sitting here just trying to make goofs.
I hate autoplay videos, and I had an extension to stop them, but this one looks like it wants to play. Because it sucks when you're, like, doing a podcast, and then just the video's like, buy diapers! You're like, sorry,
What
guys.
a great ad. That's the improv skill we need, Matt. Buy diapers. Huggies.
Did you guys see the woman that took a bunch of pictures of two people on a plane?
No? Were the people cool?
So here's the story. This girl, Rosie Blair, she got on a plane, wanted to switch seats with another girl, because she wanted to sit next to her boyfriend. And she jokingly said, maybe you'll find the love of your life. Well, it turns out the two people really did hit it off, which is a great story. The creepy thing is she took pictures the whole flight of these two people as they, got their arms closer to each other, or, she tapped his shoulder. And it's pretty fucking creepy. Turns out one of the people was soccer pro, Ewan Holden. He liked it. He was like, hey, look, that's me. The woman was not happy and was like, this is fucking creepy.
And I'm married.
And she had to delete her social media because people were harassing her, as you do on the internet. You see someone and you're like, hey, I suddenly have the power to harass them.
Yeah, I don't really... That's one thing I don't really get is the fuel for that. Is you just, you see a picture of somebody is like, I bet I could find that person. And then bombard them with hate until they delete their account. Fuck that person. Like, I can never get that mindset.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Even people I don't like, if I found their fucking social media, probably wouldn't have the energy to do that.
Yeah, that's a lot of time to be spending on someone you don't like. And by a lot of time, I mean any time is too much.
But when you're passionate about something, like you want your voice heard, and being a grade A asshole is something I'm kind of passionate about. I want my voice heard.
Good point.
There you go.
Final story in news here. We've got a situation.
Is Mike okay? Is Mike the situation okay? If Mike the situation is not okay, Matt, I need to
He's fine.
I need to call somebody.
We've got a situation with an airline and a pet.
Oh, thank God. What happened with the stupid fucking pet? That's not Mike the situation.
What is an airline pet?
An airline and a pet.
Oh, okay, got it.
As we know, airlines take very good care of your pets.
Allegedly.
This time they actually did.
Okay.
This was a JetBlue flight. A 3-year-old French bulldog, Darcy, started having breathing troubles.
That's a good dog.
Becoming distressed. They use the oxygen masks that come down when the plane's going to die and put it on the dog.
Did the pilot have to like jostle the plane just enough to get them all to drop down? You can't manually open those. You got to like really just shake it up. Depressurize the cabin just a little bit.
This is the captain speaking. I'm going to do a sick barrel roll.
This is the captain speaking. Hold on to your fucking shit. Bend to my will, metal skybird.
So the dog's okay.
That's cool.
The owner says now that they know that the dog doesn't do well on flights, they're probably not going to fly with it again.
Yeah, I learned because my wife and all her friends are animal nerds, vet techs and whatnot.
Fucking nerds. Yeah. God.
Those types of dogs are called brachiocephalic, where their face is mashed in.
Yes, their face is mashed in.
And they're not really that attractive a dog.
But
that's my opinion.
I was watching a video. I think it was the Salmonella Academy video where he's like, "Have you ever just been in a room with a bulldog? They just sit there going, because they can't breathe."
Yeah, it's the same thing with I do a pug one pretty well. It's like they're barfing up air. It's the worst. Yeah. Why is that animal allowed to exist? What did that animal do to make God mad?
Why, God? Why am I this?
Oh no, guys.
What?
I've heard this is the worst news I've ever heard.
Is it the situation related?
Mike the situation is facing up to 5 years in prison after pleading guilty to tax evasion in New Jersey.
Oh shit.
Oh God.
The situation wasn't okay.
Snooki says if the situation survived Jersey Shore shenanigans, sober jail should be a breeze.
All right.
Well.
Cool. Prison.
A breeze by
Just
Snooki.
Piece of cake. Because Snooki would know that type of thing.
Yeah.
She's been on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been in the tank.
Spent more than a few days in the hole.
Gross. Actually grody.
All right, guys. That'll do it for this episode of 3 Hit Combo Podcast. Sorry, not 2 hours, but, about, I don't know, hour and 5 minutes. I don't know. I never really know the end time because I put in the intro and the cold open and then the outro.
Yeah.
So
Hey Matt, do you know what my favorite type of margarita is?
what?
A limey one.
There it is.
There it is.
Number 3.
All right.
We never got a chance to use our new thing. We better hammer it in apropos of nothing.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
This is a bad ending to a podcast.
This is a great ending to a podcast. We're gonna pump it up 2 more hours.
2 more hours.
Drag this thing out.
This is going to be a 3-hour podcast. Holy moly.
Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/3hitcombo podcast, twitter.com/3hitcombo PC. Email us your nudes, 3hitcombopodcast@gmail.com. We are the protectors. And check us out on YouTube, 3 Hit Combo Podcast. So for Skyler and Tam, this is Matt, signing out.